I think.
I don't know if that's working.
Really like that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thank
Now
you, sorry.
on to
We'll do the
the,
intros too.
I guess we could call it the meats and
Keep it
potatoes
on.
of every Toastmasters meeting, and that is our presentation of prepared speakers. Tonight we have 2 prepared speakers, and Troy was kind enough to give me a very nice introduction, which I left here. Troy or Trevor?
Hi, Troy.
Trevor. I said Trevor. What are you talking about?
I don't know where I heard that.
Trevor Harris is following up his icebreaker speech. This is from Pathways Dynamic Leadership. This is in the evaluation and feedback number 2 speech. The title is Identity Theft Protection Services. Troy is following up on his icebreaker as an information security officer. Information security is always a top-of-the-mind topic for Trevor, and he hopes to share some valuable information in this 5 to 7 minute speech. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Trevor Harris.
I think you'll find a lot of creativity went into this speech. So with that said, let me begin. This holiday season, I thought it would be a good idea to remind everyone in this room of the threat of identity theft and provide some education and available resources that you can use before or after this occurs. We often hear the horror stories of identity theft. That results in money being stolen from our bank accounts or fraudulent charges on our credit cards and worse. Many people are of the false assumption that by using identity theft services, identity theft protection services, their identity cannot be stolen. However, if it is, the company that they're contracted with will take care of everything, including any financial reimbursements. The financial website creditkarma.com defines identity theft as a crime in which someone accesses information to commit fraud, typically by getting false credentials, opening new accounts in someone else's name, or using someone else's existing accounts. If you're concerned about becoming the victim of identity theft, you may be considering signing up for identity theft protection services. Before signing up, you should know that, in fact, no service can protect you from having your information stolen. What these companies offer are identity monitoring and recovery services. Monitoring services watch for signs that an identity thief may be using your personal information. Recovery services help you deal with the effects of the identity theft after it happens. There are 2 basic types of monitoring services: credit monitoring and identity monitoring. Credit monitoring tracks activity on your credit reports at 1, 2, or all 3 of the major credit bureaus, such as Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. Credit monitoring only warns you about activity that shows up on your credit report. Identity monitoring alerts you when your personal information, like your bank account information, Social Security, driver's license, passport, or medical ID number, is being used in ways that generally don't show up on your credit report. There also may be information that a service cannot monitor. For example, most monitoring services can't alert you to tax or government benefit fraud, including Medicare, Medicaid, welfare, and Social Security frauds. Identity recovery services are designed to help you regain control of your good name and finances after identity theft occurs. Usually, trained counselors or case managers walk you through the process of addressing your identity theft problems. They may help you write letters to creditors, debt collectors, place a freeze on your credit report to prevent any identity theft from opening new accounts in your name, or guide you through documents you have to review. Now, they also have identity theft insurance, which is offered by most of the major credit theft protection services. Generally covers out-of-pocket expenses directly associated with reclaiming your identity. These expenses are limited to things like postage, copying, and notary costs. The insurance generally doesn't reimburse you for any stolen or financial loss resulting from the theft. And there may be a deductible, so it's important that you ask to see a copy of the company's terms and conditions before signing up. It's also important to note that there are some low-cost or free alternatives to commercial identity theft protection services. And here are some ways that you can protect yourself against identity theft. Monitor your credit report for free. Federal law requires each of the 3 major credit bureaus to give you a credit report at your request at least once a year. You can visit annualcreditreport.com, the only Federal Trade Commission authorized website for credit reports. You can block anyone from accessing your credit reports without permission by placing a credit freeze, also known as a security freeze, on your credit files with the major credit bureaus. Because potential creditors can't check your reports, a credit freeze generally stops identity thieves from opening new accounts in your name. If you both want to freeze your credit and get monitoring services, sign up for the monitoring services first before placing the credit freeze. That way, the company has access to your credit file. Consider taking advantage of free identity theft protection services that businesses and the government may offer you after a data breach. Equifax, for example, offers free identity theft protection services after a recent breach that they experienced. Other companies may do the same or may offer the same. Keep in mind that scammers send fake offers to steal your personal information, so be careful of using web links that are located in emails to sign up. I recommend that you go directly to the business's website or call them for information. You can find all of the information I've described here in much more detail, as well as personal recovery plans, by visiting identitytheft.gov. It has recovery plans for more than 30 types of identity theft situations, including tax-related identity theft and identity theft involving a child's information. I hope this was helpful. Now enjoy your holidays. Yes.